I don't necessarily recommend putting it on the eyes. Do whatever you want. I'm really excited to do this video because I've actually been very obsessed. I'm telling you, even though it's still a little bit warm out and it's getting, we're going into winter, the air is different. My skin is different, my hair is different, I look better. Do you know what I'm saying? I got my new gym routine down, like all of these things. And so my makeup has been scrumptious, scrumdiddlyumptious, okay? I won't ever do my brows any other way. Pro Locked Brow Gel, 24-hour eye base, BFFR. When I've been getting ready in the morning, I've been watching Gilmore Girls. I've watched it twice, like all the way through twice. And then I was just like randomly in the middle of, I don't know, like season 6 or something like that. So I started watching that. And then I found last night on Disney Plus, the 12th season of American Horror Story. So I'm like 4 episodes in and I love it. I'm also just so very obsessed with Emma Roberts. Like I love her. I love her personality. I think she's so pretty. There's just something, she just has that like factor. It's like this like cool girl factor. Okay, good enough, good enough. Like life-changing. I'm very ready for the holiday season. If you remember this cup from TikTok. Don't look at the sticker. One of my viewers let me know that the gingerbread Nespresso pod is out. And I may or may not have bought the Virtuo machine just so I could do the gingerbread pod. Because it's been years in the making. I've wanted it for so long, so I'm very excited to do that. I went to Casa Loma the other night, which, if you don't know, Casa Loma is like a big castle that's been around forever. But during Halloween, they make it into a haunted house, haunted castle. It's called Legends of Horror. I went the other night. It was really good. We go every year. It's tradition. Serumizer on. Put all of my everyday colors into one palette, which I'm very happy with. It was in there before and then I put it into a 9, but now it's an 18. So a full palette with 3 of the 6 inserts. So you get 18 shadows instead of 15. Please use the inserts. Even though the shadow is magnetic and the base is steel, if it falls, if it moves, you will shatter your shadows. My free SKOOL has a list of all the shadows that I use, at least in this palette. That's linked on Instagram. 24-hour eye base, obviously. Oh, my nails. Aren't they sick? Okay, if you believe in like the, like we live in a simulation kind of energy, I'm gonna take Coquette and mix it with Omega. Booked my nail appointment, and on my way there, everything was just going wrong. I woke up in a bad mood. Trying to get there was torture. I'm walking up to the bank to go to the ATM, okay? Why are 5 of us pulling up at the doors at the exact same time? I was so irritated. Why is there a lineup to use the ATM? I said, this has never happened to me before. Like the energy was so off. And I was saying to my mom later, I was like, if everybody could have turned around and looked at me and been like, I would have been like, what the hell is going on? Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I pull up into the nail salon and Ryan looks at me. I was like, oh no. And he like runs to the appointment book. And I was like, did I book the wrong day? He's like, yeah, you booked for a week from now. So I was a week early. And it was like the universe was trying to tell me the entire time, like, you actually don't belong outside right now. Just, it was so, like, the energy was just so weird. Taking a little bit of cozy gray just to buff out those edges. And then when I went on my actual day, which was technically the same, like I did Monday the 17th or whatever, and it was really Monday the 21st, everything was different. Everything functioned as it should have been. When I was there, everything felt right. It was the right amount of people. But that one day, just so off. Do you see how beautifully cozy gray blends into my eyes? Grayish lip pencil, because one day I was swatching it and I said, I want this as an eyeliner. So I'm adding it. It adds like a little bit. It's really similar in color to like Coquette and Sandstone and Omega, like, because that just kind of blended in pretty flawlessly, but it's got a little bit more depth to it. Is it approved for the eye area? Probably not. Do I recommend it? No. If you are going to use it, I mean, you could get a second one, not to cross them over. Do I care? Absolutely not. Like, this is my ultimate like inner corner color. I'm gonna wrap it around the eye. And like, it's kind of like the concept of using, you know, the tone of your brow pencil around the eye, but there's no, like a brow pencil formula is so different than eyeliner and lip liner. And then again, because these are a waxier formula, they just stick really well. So I have done my eyes like this for probably like a week and a half. And then the 221 and just really going in. 224 wedge. Just kiss the edges. You're just adding a little bit of that neutral tone. I'm gonna hug the edges here. I also haven't been to my P.O. box in forever. Something got delivered there the other day. I don't know what it is. Oh, Costa Rica. I was looking for that the other day. Part of me wanted to put coffee, but I'm just gonna do Costa Rica just cause. Treat it a little bit more like a tight line. It's really red in comparison because remember that there's green within this. So when you put something that has red with it, it's gonna stand out like 10 times more. So I'm gonna actually sandwich grayish with Costa Rica. So it's there, but not really there. We were talking about coffee in SKOOL. Also, by the way, SKOOL is the actual like website and app. And then I obviously have a page within there, but we were talking about coffee. You have to understand that like, I love coffee. I love it. It makes me so happy. And I'm talking like, I borderline coffee snob because there is really good coffee and then there's really terrible coffee. Like, please don't tell me that you enjoy McDonald's and Tim Hortons coffee. That's just not possible. I'm an independent coffee shop drinker. However, I will also drink anything. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I like, to me, don't qualify as a snob. But like when it actually comes to what is good, different story. What is your coffee order? Okay, so my drink of choice, I start every morning with an espresso pod or two. And then I drink quad espresso over ice. So just put the two together. And I will have sometimes two. In like a 12-hour span, I'll probably have two of them, like 8 shots. I tend to nurse my espresso in my coffee. Like, I want so badly like that Breville machine so I can like really make things. I love a real macchiato, I like an Americano misto, I like an iced Freddo espresso as well. Oh, and then on my eyes, because the other day I wanted a little bit more radiance compared to this. So a little bit of rest in peace, patina. But do you see how that just like brightened the eye? It didn't take away from like the overall feeling. I tried a new coffee shop the other day before Casaloma. My friend and I went and had coffee. I don't remember what it was called, but it was at like Bathurst and College in Bathurst. It was a really cute place. And I got a mint hot chocolate because if you don't enjoy mint and chocolate, grow up. I'm gonna layer like Kayla. I think she puts extended play first and then the max stack over top. In my espresso, the notes that I like are cocoa and cereal. I really just like floral. I've had maybe one floral taste, like one floral espresso that was good. And that was from Hot Black Coffee, which is near Much Music, or no, it's always gonna be Much Music for me. I prefer to edit all my stuff out in public versus being at home. I just will start doing other things. I'm gonna take grayish right over. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with that color. I think Mac used to have an eye pencil called Taupe that was maybe more gray than this. Anyways, I went to go to Hot Black Coffee after an appointment one day and there's no Wi-Fi, which is fine. I don't need Wi-Fi to edit. I was like, oh. Then I went to go to Neo and I walk in and I was like, holy shit, it's loud. Then I look and it's a laptop, mobile device, and like free. So like you can't be on your electronics in there to encourage talking to each other. I get it, but like we're also fucking adults. Like that makes me think like I'm in kindergarten. I don't know, I hated it. I was like, I will never, I don't care if you have the best coffee in the world. I hate you and I will never go back there. Serumizor is on. I'm using this today. My favorite, Silky Radiance Primer. I'm just going all over. I'm gonna put the Provage eye cream. I also got my hand. We did a second pass on my hand because, as you know, fingers fall out, knuckles fall out. So we just did a once over just so it'll be nice and opaque, because she's like, your hands are on camera all the time. And then I'm getting tattooed. Today's what, the 22nd? On the 29th. And I don't think you're ready. Contour of the week. Studio Radiance Concealer in NC65. A dot of it. The 170 brush. Working it right in. Doesn't look like anything's gonna happen, but the product's there, I promise you. And the only way I can describe applying it with this brush is pretend that you're like airbrushing it on. And like technically, like on my face right now, it feels like there's nothing in the brush. It feels like there's nothing that's gonna deposit. I can't pick up anything on my hand, but you just saw doing my nose that there's still product in there. I've been wearing Studio Fix Fluid. Actually, I've changed my foundation. Over the last 2 weeks, I've tried to do a different foundation every single day just because I want to. But I really liked one of the last ones I did, which is this. So Studio Fix Fluid. And this is a 159 brush. And same thing, like tiny, tiny amount. It's probably the equivalent of like just over half a pump total. And then of course, C8 Studio Fix powder on a 187. And just pressing it over top of where that NC65 went, a little on my nose. And I went, this is so very matte. And then I panicked because I was like, wow. So then I took a little bit of Face and Body, and leaving majority on the brush, I pressed it over top of the Studio Fix Fluid, which is one of my favorite tricks. So this adds a little bit more coverage because I applied the Studio Fix so thin. It adds a little bit more coverage and it sort of absorbs into the Studio Fix Fluid, and you're just left with a really nice, like radiant matte finish. My go-to blush has been True Harmony, but because this base isn't as glossy, it picks up a lot faster. So it doesn't really have much to absorb into, so you're gonna get pigment right away. Love it, lock it in. I'm gonna do my under eye, so Bright Forecast, which is apparently sold out everywhere. And then just where I want a little bit more zhuzh, I'm putting NC20 in the Studio Radiance concealer. And then I'm gonna use 14.5 for brightness. Because the 14.5 starts to look a little bit more neutral and loses any overly like yellow or gold. Just kind of blending this shadow down into the concealer further. Obviously I wanna be the most glossy. This is the Mob M97 Hyaluronic Highlight Balm right on my cheekbone. This also absorbs really nice into the base. Love it, lock it in. Nothing without my baby. That was Global Glow, I don't think I said that. Rosy Pink powder, which is not available in the US. With me with a puff, can you believe it? But it took me like a year and a different formula to enjoy this. Stunning. I just love this powder. And then the Kevyn Aucoin palette. This is a 133 brush from MAC, which I don't even know if it's still made, but I just like it because of how tiny it is, to really just get in there and just apply the contour shape. And then I like to take the white and the off-white color and just graze it on my nose. Now I have misplaced a bunch of my Studio Fix powders in C2, which is severely annoying. So I'm just gonna take the same shades I just put on my nose. Maybe not the white. Eyebrows, I opened up a brand new Shape and Shade in Taupe. I went back to my old brows, which was using two different colors. So taupe to fill in the base, and then stud to really go in with definition, and single hair strokes. But ones that actually are strategically placed, so like lifting the arch and extending the tail. I like a very specific shape when I draw them in, but it's fine. I'm gonna do lashes. Oh, that's what's not on my face. I was like, it's a little bit more matte than it was yesterday, but I forgot to put Privage sunscreen on because that adds like a really pretty glow. Also cracked open a brand new pair of 86 lashes. The amount of people that want these lashes so badly, but when they existed, people turned their nose up at them. I don't feel bad. I tried to tell you. Thing is, any style that looks really similar to this, the ends of the actual like lash hairs or whatever are not thin enough. So the color is very black at the root and it gets lighter because the hair is getting thinner. I find a lot of lashes, especially cheaper ones, that may look like this don't execute the same energy because it's too dark all the way through. And then the lashes that kind of are cut like this, there's too much of them. There's not enough gaps in between. I've been wearing these for years. I still have like 17 pairs left, probably more now. I love these lashes. And I was a former, I used to stack 2s and 35s together. They're like looking back now, like I would never wear those now because they're too brown and they sit like a little bit too flat, but like at the time, that's what I wanted. They're so cool. This is such a Miss Megan look. This is such a Miss Megan look. Like I feel so sexy, confident, hot, and like me. My lip obsession that I've been wearing every day. Actually, I've had 2 lips this week. What day of the week is it? And last like week and a half, I've only worn 2 different lip looks because I'm so into them. I'm gonna do grayish as my base liner. Stone for definition, obviously. Chanel Boy is my perfect no makeup like lip product because it has the like color and tone of what I like on an intense lip, but then because it's transparent and you can still see the pink in my lip, but it's more gray, so it's neutralizing at the same time, I get like a full impact without actually making it look like I'm wearing a full lip. And I love luster glass, so I love how sheer this is and glossy. And then a little bit of bubbles. Like I need more of these. This is the look. This is the look. The craziest part and like why when you really hone in on what you like, you'll always end up doing it, or it kind of comes back or there's elements of it. But in like 2013 to 2015, maybe, I basically wore this makeup, just different tones. So Saddle and Uninterrupted were the color that I would wash out on my eye, and the lip was like Etc. And like Peach Stock, Etc. and Cis, or Oak, Etc. and Cis. Like those were the tones. So more of the yellow, ochre, pushing a little bit red because of Saddle. And now I wear more green, gray, beige, but like the looks are still the same. So it's like an elevation in tone. Like I feel so pretty in this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that there's makeup products that make you feel the way that I do when I keep wearing them. Let me know in the comments below what your repeat items are of the week. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. If you want to join either of my school communities, the link is in my bio on Instagram. Follow me over there and on TikTok under the same name at Miss Megan Robinson. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.